In this edition of City News, we'll take you to see what had residents gathering on a local high school track. Also find out who received a random act of helpfulness. Plus, we'll learn why many community members came out to a local gallery. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Jennifer Murillo. The city of Hawthorne held an event promoting fitness and a good well-being. Tony Long Jr. has the story.
Local citizens gathered to get fit at Hawthorne High School, the location for the annual Moneta Gardens Improvements Health Fair and 5K Run.
What brought me out here for today's event is to be able to come and run and have some fun, participate, hang out with the residents, run with them, talk to them, just to be in the mix. And it turned out to be a great event.
A time for us to all come out, learn about being healthy, being active, and just being good neighbors with one another.
We got the Lions Club mobile cleaning, doing eye screening and blood pressure. We got the little company of Mary over there doing glucose and diabetes check. So it's a whole health unity shoot. So we have a lot of sponsors, like I said, more than 20 different sponsors and 25 different exhibits over here today.
Among those sponsors at the event was Kaiser Permanente, who had some of their employees participating in the run.
I think it's great. I think it's a great way to give back to the community and just to make, health awareness and make everybody aware that getting fit is not just something you do over the weekend, but it's a lifestyle.
The first person to finish the run was Dylan, a student from the Hawthorne Math and Science Academy who came into this run very prepared.
I ran every day. I try to do the same training I did for cross country.
The local youth had a good time experiencing new things at the health fair.
Well, I like how it's going. There's a lot of raffles, booths, different things to try out, and things I've never seen before, and I'm really interested in it.
While parents were running with their children.
It was good. I was trying to convince my daughter that she could do it. She kept saying, I can. I said, I don't want to hear that. We can do it. So I was giving her a pep talk the whole way.
According to event chairman Alex Montero, the health fair has been around for more than 20 years, while the 5K run has been going on for about 15 years. I'm Tony Long Jr. for HCTV.
For information on future events, email Alex Monteiro at community.advocate@sbcglobal.net. SoCal Honda dealers continue their random act of helpfulness by helping a local Hawthorne teacher. Francisco Castillo gives us the details.
When watching TV or listening to the radio, you might have heard the commercials where Honda employees in blue polo shirts randomly help people with whatever they might be doing.
We're the Helpful Honda team, and we go around Southern California and we do random acts of helpfulness. So one of our random acts of helpfulness is Teacher Appreciation Week, which is why we're here today.
These Honda employees in blue collars are real, and they really do random acts of helpfulness. They brought their services to the city of Hawthorne, where a teacher was going to get surprised.
Well, we are here at Hawthorne High School, and we're going to surprise Mr. Flores with a classroom makeover.
SoCal Honda took a couple of hours to transform this classroom by switching out desks, putting in new storage cabinets, and placing new chairs for the students. Once the transformation was complete, the stage was set for the grand reveal.
Hi.
Hi. Wow, let me put my glasses back.
So you were nominated by your principal for all the amazing things that you do inside and outside of the classroom, and for all the positive impacts that you have on your students and your fellow teachers. So we're bringing you a random act of helpfulness, and we gave your whole room a makeover.
I'm in shock, man. It's surreal because I graduated from Hawthorne in 2001. My sister was in the class that I'm teaching now.
I nominated him because every single time I walk in this classroom, he is engaged with his kids. He is working with them. He's doing above and beyond what's called for as a teacher.
Ivan Flores was speechless as the celebration went on. However, when he had a chance to collect his words, he managed to express what he felt.
I'm just very grateful. Yeah.
The surprises didn't finish there. Staff and students were waiting outside to congratulate Flores as he walked back out.
Our district cares about students. This is the kind of teacher that we want to just kind of show the world that we have here, and he is not alone. We have superstars and gems throughout the entire district. Very proud.
When asked if he had any last words, Flores had this to say.
When you see special education students or special needs students, anyone with a disability, before you jump to a conclusion and say this kid's being rude or it's looking at me funny or they look funny, just remember that they need love and they need someone to approach them and introduce themselves to them and just treat them like everybody else.
Flores also taught his students how to wash laundry on his own time and dime. So Honda finished their random act of helpfulness by rewarding him with $100 in quarters to be used at the laundromat. For HCTV, I'm Francisco Castillo.
If you would like more information about random acts of helpfulness, visit www.socalhondadealers.com and click on the Helping SoCal tab. Local schools and industry partners were brought together by the Advanced Manufacturing and Engineering Technology Linked Learning Consortium for the 3rd annual School Maker Faire. Freddie Rodriguez has more.
It's a celebration of makers and their creations. Whether kids are piecing Legos together or coding the program for a robot, Lucas Pacheco thinks there's a good reason being a maker is gaining popularity.
But with the technology we have, 3D printing and all the software that we use to design, it just makes it so much more accessible. Our kids are doing it at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, what adults do after they've done it for a career.
These days, student makers approach the building of a robot much as a company would in the industrial setting.
Anyone who walks into the door can help build a robot. They specialize in a particular field.
I personally specialize in electronics, so I wired most of the robot with the help of the underclassmen that I was guiding along the way.
Although the robots wouldn't offer much practical use in the real world, students say that it's what they gain out of building it that counts.
The team was great. It was really fun building it. It was really fun working with a lot of the team. It was good cooperation, a lot of communication needed.
They give us an idea of who are the types of people we'll be working with in the future. How do we deal with working within a team, which is going to be very important for most of our careers, engineering or not.
Sparking an early interest in engineering and manufacturing careers is a goal for the coordinators of Maker Faire.
We've taken the Maker Faire and made them into like mini Maker Fairs where we're going to the elementary schools and middle schools and doing what we're doing here in 2 hours. And we're doing it at the smaller schools just to get the kids excited.
Lucas expresses gratitude for people coming out to Hawthorne High's ever-growing Maker Faire, something he's able to continue only with the help of the community. For HCTV, I'm Freddie Rodriguez.
To see the latest news from Hawthorne High School School of Engineering, go to their website at www.hhscougars.org. CEQA, a group that aims to help individuals with disabilities learn to express themselves in various ways, recently had a new art exhibit opening. Ernesto Giles takes us to the event.
CEQ, Enable Artworks, held their 3rd annual gallery exhibition. A number of artists had their pieces on display, ranging from paintings to photography.
Our artists are some of our students, but this show is also open to the whole community. So we have student artists, kindergarten, elementary age. We have just a working artist in the community.
Stephanie Escobar also says that platforms such as these brings the community together and is a form of creative art therapy, something Rosen Sorbaum agrees with.
I myself have a son who's disabled, and it's nice to be able to see a place where children like him can come and be successful and have a good time and get a smile on their face too.
Attendees were treated to several performances by local children's groups, while they also got an opportunity to walk around and enjoy the art. The performance of the night went to Kelly Lou, who uses a unique way to create her painting. Instead of putting hand to brush, Kelly has learned to use her feet, and in doing so, she captivates audiences.
She told me she used to paint a little bit with her left foot, and afterwards I started encouraging her, and she started painting a lot, even more and more and more. Like she's painting a picture every week or so.
The exhibit will run from May 13th to July 14th. Anyone wanting to attend can call and make an appointment. Ernesto Giles reporting for HCTV.
You can visit the Artifact Forum and Gallery at 3827 West Rosecrans Avenue, or to make an appointment, call 310-970-9945. Coming up next on City News, find out what school cafeteria was turned into a runway. Also learn how to get rid of turf. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Hawthorne High School students from the Technical Arts and Design Academy participated in a runway fashion show. Freddie Rodriguez brings us more.
What started off as a traditional geometry class using artwork as examples turned into an immersive experience in fashion design.
Well, we started with arts first, so we started with Picasso and then Kandinsky and then simple shirt design, and then eventually at the end of the year we don't have anything much greater to do, so I thought about a fashion show.
Using the principles of linked learning, Ding Ai Tadina is using creative expression through fashion design as a teaching tool to deepen understanding of geometry.
For this one, we used dilation, so it starts off as a little circle and then it starts getting bigger throughout the skirt.
After like 2 days of thinking triangles, I was just kind of bored with the triangles, so I figured polygons is something that we don't use a lot in class.
She makes you remember key concepts using dresses, like simple rotation, flips, dilations, all that. With the dresses, it helped me remember more on all those steps and how to solve it.
Tadina says aside from the application of geometry, students learned life skills through group collaboration in the creation of the dresses, all while having to stay within a spending limit of $10.
Getting the group together was critical because I needed people that would actually work. We had like 6 members in our group, so everyone bringing a stack of newspaper, as much newspaper as it could every day, made it easier for all of us.
We started brainstorming what can we manipulate to look like metal, and one of my members said she has a lot of aluminum foil laying around her house, and someone else says we can wrap aluminum and cardboard into any shape. After hearing their ideas and the shapes and material we have, then I was able to create the dress I wanted.
The staging of the show itself was organized by student committees assigned to different aspects of production. Christian was the floor manager.
It's an opportunity I'll never forget. I hope I could get more opportunities like these.
Tadina says her greatest achievement this year is providing her geometry class the reason and capability to operate together just like a company. Freddie Rodriguez for HCTV.
All we need is a friend or two, a beating heart and a plan.
To find out about future events held at the school, go to their website at www.hhscougars.org. Tesla is now selling solar tiles. On May 10th, Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted that solar glass roof tile orders would open later that day. The glass tiles are designed to look like a traditional roof with options to replicate slate or terracotta tiles. Musk says they are invisible from the street and can power a home when combined with their Powerwall energy storage unit. Musk also mentioned that the tiles will be sold worldwide, first going to U.S. customers this year and to other countries next year. Hawthorne residents took advantage of the annual paper shredding and electronic waste collection event organized by the Public Works Department. Freddie Rodriguez brings us more.
While citizens who came to the Betty Ainsworth parking lot to shred their used paper appreciate recycling, they also had safety on their mind.
It's important to help protect their identity and shred their important documents and prevent that. And it's incredibly popular. We get more and more people every year.
Old electronics could also be dumped in good conscience, as the devices may contain toxic components that could harm the ecosystem.
It's important to pull that away from your regular trash, take it here where it actually gets safely recycled, in an environmentally friendly way.
Republic Services provided 40 cubic yards of compost for free, and residents were encouraged to take as much as they wished. Freddie Rodriguez for HCTV.
The Hyperion Treatment Plant will accept your electronics Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and is located at 7760 West Imperial Highway in Playa del Rey. Representatives from the West Basin Municipal Water District and Waterwise Consulting teamed up to give residents how-to tips on removing their lawns. Edward Evans was there to cover the event.
Topics covered in the free turf removal class included step-by-step lawn replacing instructions, installation of water-efficient plants, and maintaining the new landscape.
It's been a big transition for a lot of Southern California residents to move away from turf. So today they're going to get a little education on how to remove their turf, as well as what they can plant in place and have a great looking garden.
Numerous water conservation benefits of converting to low-maintenance yards and gardens without sacrificing the aesthetics of the homeowner's property were included.
We're trying to teach them is that some of the landscapes you can put in are actually more beautiful than some of the grass landscapes that we're used to here in Southern California. The grass is really not native to Southern California, and there's actually really nice landscapes you can create with some of these low water use plants.
I didn't realize there was warm weather and cool weather types of grasses. And now I think I know what kind I mostly have, and I was interested in learning that there were various grass removal techniques.
The class also gained valuable information about contacting dig alerts in order to receive safety guidelines before any lawn evacuation can take place.
There's various different techniques in removing turf, and of course I'm interested in doing it as quickly as I can.
West Basin Municipal Water District offered added assistance to those who plan to go grass-free.
We actually have a free plant program for anyone that attends our classes. We work with the Redondo Beach Sea Lab, and they're eligible for up to 20 free plants to kind of kickstart their garden.
Brian DeVardo informed the class, with native gardens and yards proving to be drought conscious, more Southern Californians are doing their part to conserve one of the Earth's most precious resources.
I have a friend who has a natural front garden, all California natives, and there's purple sage in there, and this time of year is beautiful. There's a lot of color in there. It'd be very nice to have something like that.
West Basin Municipal Water District and WaterWise Consulting will continue to provide free classes to the South Bay cities and eventually all of Southern California. Their goal is to spread the word and educate residents about alternative, cost-cutting, water-friendly landscaping that will beautify homes and protect our water resources for years to come. Reporting for Hawthorne Community Television, I'm Edward Evans.
To learn more about upcoming turf removal classes or learn about native water-tolerant plants, visit their websites at www.westbasin.org or www.bewaterwise.com. When we return, find out why many residents came together at a local church. People of many walks of faith came together at Trinity Lutheran Church. The Hawthorne-Lawndale Ministerial Association hosted National Day of Prayer to bring together people of all faiths and denominations.
It's an opportunity for community members and church members to gather together, no matter what their denomination or faith, to lift up our city and our community in prayer and to just spend time connecting with.
As a community, we get to come together regardless of race, regardless of religion, culture, and really remember what it is about humanity. It's being one with one another, helping each other out when our time of need, and that's what National Day of Prayer is about.
And we, as the City Council and the people of Hawthorne, are extremely honored to acknowledge the National Day of Prayer on this day, the 4th of May of 2017.
Adults as well as children from the community acknowledged their similarities.
It's just such an honor to be a part of a group of churches like this, that we aren't focusing on our differences, we're focusing on the things that draw us together, and that is our love for God and our community.
And I thought it was pretty nice that they all came together.
It was a great opportunity for Hawthorne's residents to be spiritually aware, to be able to grow in their faith in the Lord, and make sure that it's a central part of who we are as a community.
The mission of National Day of Prayer is to mobilize prayer in America and to encourage personal repentance and righteousness in the culture.
Several ministers spoke in very inspiring ways about the need for prayer to heal the communities and bring them together. So this was an inspiring night.
And that's the purpose here tonight, is just to be united and to show that we respect National Day of Prayer, and we come together to reflect and to pray for everyone in all things here in our city.
National Day of Prayer is held once a year, and the next one is scheduled for May 3rd, 2018. To learn more about National Day of Prayer, go to the national website at www.nationaldayofprayer.org. A local organization recently held a fundraising event Tony Long Jr. tells us why.
Mychal's Learning Place graced the Manhattan Beach Marriott Hotel with their presence as it was the site for their annual luncheon and fundraiser.
The proceeds go towards running programs. We need to raise a significant amount of money every year just to cover costs for programs, activities, insurance, transportation, just about everything.
We come together trying to get donations from different organizations within Manhattan Beach, Lawndale, Torrance, and Hawthorne to bring more resources to the school that helps handicapped children.
One program was showcased at the event, How at the Moon Cafe, a coffee shop where some of the organization's students are employed.
My position is cashiering, but once in a while, I love trying new things like serving the coffee and doing the tea. I love doing that. That's something new that I can work on.
A variety of items were auctioned at the luncheon, from toys and jewelry to sports memorabilia and theme park tickets.
Today we bid on the 4 Knoxbury Farm tickets and we won those tickets.
Others having attended the party in the past just wanted to support their family members who are a part of the program.
I'm just here to support my brother. He actually goes to Mychal's and plays the drums in the band. So just here to show our support for Mychal's, for my brother, and come to enjoy the time as well.
Mychal's founder, Ed Lynch, says that this year's goal is to raise around $120,000. For HCTV, I'm Tony Long Jr.
For information on upcoming events, visit their website at www.mychals.org. HCTV participated in the 2017 NATOA Awards and earned first place for City News and Sports Corner. We also placed second for Hawthorne Happenings, Old Police Station, 2016 Parks and Recreation Golf Tournament, and Council Recap. Congratulations to all those who participated. Keep it right here on Channel 22 for these future City News stories. Find out who attended this year's K9 Community Barbecue Dinner. Plus, we will take you to see who was honored at the Hall of Fame banquet and see which officers received Medals of Valor. That does it for this edition of City News. Thanks for watching. If you have any story ideas, please call us at 310-349-1630 or email us at hctv@hawthorneca.gov. Don't forget you can watch City News online on YouTube by searching Hawthorne Community Television. We'll leave you now with more footage from the Health Fair and 5K. See you next time.